Hello. Today we are going to be doing a live tuning session on YouTube. And the message that I got was to do it on kind of like an aura cleanse, an energetic detox, whether that be things that are attached to you that you want to release, removing yourself from toxic situations, people, places, things, or some sort of illness that you're energetically ready to let go. And my intention for this session is to only work on the things that you are ready to let go of. And there's no shame or pressure in having toxic things in our life that we're just not ready to deal with. Our journey is our journey, but those things that you are subconsciously and consciously ready to begin to let go, that's kind of what we're going to work on. So that's the overall theme, but I'll also do a reading as to where exactly this thing or things is hanging out in the collective biofield, and then we will work on that. So I didn't really want to do something so deep today. We had a really intense session on TikTok live 2 days ago, and I feel like I'm still kind of recovering from that. It was a throat chakra healing session, and those are always so intense for me. I feel like the throat chakra is so undervalued and so vital to just everything. I feel like it connects to everything. Anyways, long story short, I don't know how long this session is going to last because I'm going to see how long I last, and I respect my own energy and I respect yours. So let's get into it. Of course, I just tied a knot into my pendulum. There we go. So the first thing that we're going to do is create autonomy in your energetic field. And I feel like this is important moving forward in all sessions that I'm going to do. I'm going to try to incorporate this, but you just kind of call in your guides and your angels if that feels comfortable for you, those that are working for your highest good. And then you surround yourself in a pure white light that removes all other influences that may have their own agenda. And this just creates kind of a space of freedom where you can really work on and get to the bottom of the things that matter most for you. So just imagine that bright white light surrounding you, and I'll just begin charging it for you. Make sure you're deep breathing through this whole process. Sovereignty. This white light is above and below us as well. There's no other influence inside our bubble. Okay. Great. I feel like that's a relatively new concept as well to a lot of us. And the idea of creating sovereignty, as Kaya Ra puts it, is that whether they be guides or ancestors, some influences often have their own agenda. And so to clear that space and really get to know your higher self's agenda is really helpful to all healing processes. All right, so we begin each session by me asking for permission to work on your energetic body. You can say it out loud or in your heart. And now I'm going to use the Schumann forks to activate different meridians, starting at the K1, the bottom of your feet, coming up on your right foot. The feet are all about the quality of life we have built and the energy of the lives before us. Getting the sense that a lot of us are ready to move forward, but don't necessarily know how or what that looks like. I feel like the feet hold so much information, it's almost unconscious. My intention is to make a really gentle session as well for myself and for you. And you don't hear these forks coming up on your right knee because they're weighted. But when I call out the body part, really spend some time to put your mind in that body part. Practice deep sensing. The knees are about our degree of freedom. Left knee. And helping them match these Schumann resonance forks helps bring them back into our magnetic alignment. Okay, on that left knee, I felt a lot of being stuck in, not ready to let go of things that are harming us in one way or another. Right hip. And this one always holds a lot of vibration because it's the hip of guilt and shame and hence blame, which we all deal with. Left hip. Whatever noises you hear in the background, forgive me, but just try to stay present. Left hip is about frustration and not doing the things that we so dearly want to do. Coming up on your sternum, which is between the heart and the solar plexus. And this point, I feel like is our golden inner sun. It's not necessarily one of the 7 main chakras, but it's a culmination of the I am and the I love, which to me is so powerful. All right, coming up on your right lung. Some tension there in the lung. Or taking in of breath, of chi. Left lung. And tension there, whether it be allergies or grief, or just our relationship with our breath. All right, last point is the crown chakra. Feel pulled in many different ways when I'm up here. But also, like, there's a lot of change coming to our perception. And that's a heavy sentence, but all right. Okay, now I'm going to, balance your earth and sun star. Okay, really feel into the space below your feet. I'm going to feel around for it and try to just pull it down so that you are more grounded, you are more receiving, you are more nurtured. Okay, found it. feel like I could just spend a whole session here at the Earth Star right now. Maybe it just needs a lot of love. Maybe this is what the message was that I was getting about needing to detox and clear oneself. Maybe it had all to do with this Earth Star. Feel a little bit like a head cold. It's ringing through my head, my sinuses. I feel like the collective Earth Star right now, it just yelled at me. If that makes sense. It's like, I want to be grounded. And there's not a lot of opportunity sometimes for us to ground. It's almost like this very natural process for us to be connected with the earth 24/7 is now something that we have to seek out and be like, oh, I'll do it 20 minutes today. And the heart just called out in that moment that's where a lot of love is received, is when we're fully grounded, when we're fully connected to our nurturing Mother Earth, is when we feel safe enough to love. I feel like we're just going to open a drain here. I'm not entirely sure. That's the thing about these intuitive sessions when they're for on a recording or for a group of people. It's not so direct. It takes me sometimes a minute to kind of figure out what's going on. Yeah, we might just spend a lot of time here. Not really sure. I guess my question to you would be, what is your relationship like with grounding? I know for me in the past, it's been like a dirty word. Like I didn't want it. I didn't want to be grounded. And I suffered for that mentality. But that's my question for you, is what is it like to be grounded? What does that mean to you? What sensation does it evoke in your body? It's making me laugh a little bit because I just feel like there are just earth goddesses yelling at me right now about the quality of our of our groundedness as a collective society. It's draining a lot from the upper chakras as well. And see here, the thing about our central line is that it needs to have clear access to the positive and negative terminal of our battery. And when we've completely removed ourselves from the well of negative ions on the Earth's conductive surface, our positive ions continue to get stuck up, blocked up, stuck up. Like it's like filling up a trash can and never emptying it. lot of frustration here too. I wonder if you can connect to these earth mamas that are trying to level some sense into us right now. And then a wave of peace comes over, and that just shows that they're trying to let us know that even though there's frustration in this chakra, which has its own intelligence, that's what this chakra is telling me. It's frustrated, it's undervalued, uncharged, and clogged up. But then the sense of peace that I felt when almost like as if it were, fulfilling what it wants to do was profound. What if for today the solution to all of our problems was just to charge our battery? Imagine the implications for health if sound and connecting to the earth was the thing that ushered us into our perfect health, perfect harmony, perfect wealth, perfect love. Not sure if you can hear that on your end, but that was a perfectly clear tone after I said that, which is just like an affirmation. I feel like a relaxation throughout my whole body. Mm-hmm. Feel it release some tension in the root chakra as well, which is our survival. And it's so intimately connected with our relationship to the earth because we cannot survive without the bounty of the earth. We cannot survive well. Survival doesn't necessarily mean just aliveness, it's like thriveness. Okay, she's feeling quite soothed now. All right. Now we are going to send this charge up your descending channel from the bottom of your feet, out the top of your crown, and cycle it down around the outer edges of your biofield, or i.e. your aura. So our energies like to live centrally. So when we clear out that channel, they have like a stronger ground and conduction. So put your sensation along your central channel. Feels like a red zone up at the top of the head. The longer I leave a fork in a certain area, it gives that energy sequence more time to match the strength of the tone that the fork produces. Don't forget to deep breathe, communicating with your parasympathetic nervous system that it is okay to rest and relax and receive. Now it's coming out and charging the outer perimeters of your boundary, which strengthens your aura, your biofields. And the more that we strengthen this field, it's kind of limitless the way it positively affects us, especially if you are a highly sensitive person. Having a stronger field allows you to choose what to let in and what to kind of disallow. And energy work is cumulative. The more that we do these things, the more we can feel its benefits. So just imagine your field being charged up, being electrified, being magnetized, whatever color that is for you. That's the color of your strength today. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to try something new, which I've never done before and don't really know much about, but I'm going to use the 528, which is the DNA repair. And I'm going to ask it to come through our body and break through any blockages of communication between our chakras so that we feel constant alignment and empowerment. I feel it activating the feet chakras, almost like healing the ground that we've walked on and solidifying and nourishing the ground that we are to walk on in the future. This is like ancestral things we've inherited, patterns from our parents, the current life we're living. That ground, this DNA repair is healing that for us right now. All right, and I also wish to activate the channels of abundance in our field. And when we begin to tap into that abundance in our field is when we are magnetized to more and when we are electrified to more, the giving and the receiving of more. It's almost like we're able to fly in those moments of abundance. There's nothing holding us back from our freedom and our joy. Activate our health abundance. Activate our wealth abundance. And our love abundance. Heart was happy for that one. Okay, great. That was just a little experiment. I'm interested to see how it goes from there. But now we are going to fully ground the earth star down into the ground. So imagine your dragon tail, your kundalini energy expanding all the way down to the core of the earth. And when we're that grounded, nothing can shake us. Great. That feels good. Okay. All right, now we're going to do the same for the sun star, which is the chakra or energy center above our head, which is our positive terminal. So just as connecting to the earth and its well of negative ions so that we can discharge, we need to be also connected to the magnetism, the reception. It's almost like our antenna. And fluorescent lighting, our inner to-do list, keeping track of time, and rejecting our divinity are all things that kind of hamper that chakra. So tune in. Okay. So some resistance on the right side. Our logic mind gets in the way a lot of our receiving of channeling, of intuition, of messages. So that was that. Let's try to move it. Just really kind of unsteady right now, kind of wobbly. Okay, it's gonna stop right here. And now we're just gonna charge it. We're gonna hang out here and charge it. We're offering an energetic signature, a stronger energetic signature, and giving it time to match up through somatic resonance. It's one of the universal laws. Things fall in line to stronger frequencies. We're running a lot of programming right now in our mind that kind of puts wet blankets all over the heart. And these busy minds that we've lost control over, that are no longer the tool but are running the program, they trickle down, they're static, they're incoherence throughout all of the chakras. So reclaiming that energy right now is very important. I feel like every time I do one of these, 3 weeks later, it goes through cycles. Like probably a few weeks prior to this, there was so much energy up here, but now it's very dull. Might be the change of season. Maybe people aren't getting enough sun. It feels like lost and roaming energy. Like if we quiet the ego and we quiet the mind, who are we? That's kind of what that energy was. So I want you to try to think of this bright star, this bright sun, 8 inches above your head, and envision it getting brighter, kind of like welcoming it back online. Acknowledge its own intelligence. Okay, I feel it starting to charge up. Now there's like some anxiety there. And anxiety is free floating, it affects all parts of the body. I think fear does too, but what we are the masters of our own ship. So if we have blockages in certain areas, it's kind of like, well, why do I have that there? And that's some deep personal questioning, you know? Am I scared of receiving messages because then I'll have to act on them? Do I not trust that I will receive the right message? All right, let's try using a Lumerian seed crystal with the 5481 just to charge it up. And quartz crystals are magnifiers in a very literal scientific sense. So we're just magnifying this frequency to really kind of blast through and charge this positive terminal, this energy center of ours up. We're offering it new, stronger information. A lot of panic. Let's see where it's at now. Kind of directly related to the heart, it feels like. Yep. So just breathe and then cycle it down. Getting a lot of anger up here too. Ooh, it is welling up. It's almost like anger is fear in some sort of other sense. Something of ours was brought into question, so anger motivates us to change it. Why this is all coming up here, I do not know. Here we go. buzzy. I feel relief. Okay. Now we're going to send this new information down through our descending channel, clearing the pathway from the top down, at which point it will cycle the outer edges of our field again. Mm. All right, let's try the 528 DNA repair again. And this time we're going to dislodge any programming or thought forms that have found its home in us that we no longer wish to keep around, whether that be fear, jealousy, anxiety. While all of those things have their purpose, they are not welcome to hang out within us and grow and feed on our energy. So we're just shaking those loose right now. Removing resentments, long-standing resentments, and frustrations. These energies, when we don't express them properly, they fester in our field and then become actual psychological, emotional, and physical issues instead of just a passing emotion. We're doing this gently with the 528 because purging and detoxing with these tuning forks is quite powerful. As I mentioned, I'm still kind of recovering from the one 2 days ago. Great. All right, now let's charge the outer boundary. Okay, what we're actually going to do now, and I think this will be the last kind of section, is in regards to removing the things that no longer serve us, whether you call them entities, thought forms, negative core beliefs, etc. That's what we're going to kind of shed through light right now. So really practice deep sensing in your body and notice what is rumbling, what is tingling, that kind of stuff. And it's important to not hold any ill will towards these things that we're releasing. Adding judgment to the mix is just a recipe for it to come and get reattached to you. Whether it be, in Wicca, they talk about curses. In Reiki, they talk about thought forms. In psychology, they talk about negative core beliefs. These things have found home in us, and we can shake them free as long as we let them go in peace. They found a home in us to begin with because there was a hole and it festered. So we just release those things now. And the next time something comes up that's uncomfortable, whether it be anger, jealousy, sadness, we allow it to process instead of rejecting it, so that it may free flow out. Okay, great. And I'm going to do one last charging with the sonic slider and the Lumerian seed crystal to do the same thing, except this time we're going to shed the light of joy and abundance over your field to seal up those holes that may have been left by things unwanted. So really deep sense here. What are you sensing in your body? Your body is the message. And just imagine like honey filling your field, sealing up all the holes and gaps, and just replacing it with goodness, purity, source, joy, love, abundance. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to finish up with some Reiki because that stuff is quite intense. So please make sure that you do energetic self-care after this. Grounding, whether it be through imagery meditation or actually touching the earth, or doing a salt bath. Please do these things so that you don't potentially feel sick the next day. But anyways, let's finish with some Reiki and some, I'm going to seal you up in the 528 of love and gentleness. May you process this in a way that is safe and healthy and feels really good. Okay, great. So I hope that was helpful in helping remove some things that you were ready to get rid of, and I hope it was gentle enough that you don't feel any rebound. You can send this to a friend, you can subscribe. Those would be helpful things for me. Or you can check out my website if you want to book a private session or you want to download one of these sessions as well. So thank you so much for whoever is watching and whoever will watch. And I sign off with eternal blessings to you.